Andrea, we are here at EuroHeat and Power talking about district energy, and we're zooming a bit in on the ESG topic. So can you start with letting us know what is the ongoing policy trends and activities that are ongoing?
Yeah, of course. And I think what we see here at the Congress already is that there is an extraordinary energy in terms of district heating and district cooling and the need to change things. So I've never seen it so dynamic, I would say. And that's certainly related to a certain extent to the policies, which offer a lot of opportunities for district energy to transform and to move also to alternative energy sources. In terms of policies, we have, for example, the Energy Efficiency Directive, where you get this very clear driver to map heat. So for municipalities to make heat maps if they have a certain size, the municipalities. So that's a very strong driver, of course, to look where is heat available and where is it needed and how can those two dots be connected. And then we also have strong drivers in terms of decarbonizing the district energy. So moving towards renewable energy sources or alternative energy sources, and that can be geothermal, it can be solar thermal, it can be waste heat. There are a lot of different opportunities to transform the district energy. And I think this energy, we see it here as well at the Congress. So we have quite good drivers in place, I would say.
And I think it's very interesting that you mentioned this around decarbonization, because we are of course talking about it on a district energy level, but we're also talking about it in a sector integration perspective. And you know, on the ESG level, we have the different scopes where companies also need to comply to these targets that they have set themselves. So how do you see this, you could say, scope 1 and 2 maybe, and then the integration into district energy, and how do these things play together?
Yeah, that's correct, and that's, I think, the third big driver. We have the energy driver, we have the emissions driver, and we have the sustainability driver. And in terms of sustainability, companies also have to disclose what sort of emissions do they have, and that's where the scope 1 and the scope 2 comes into play. What energy are they using and what can they do in terms of decarbonizing? And that's where many companies have also made commitment themselves, where they would say, okay, I'm going to be carbon neutral in my own operations by 2030, for example. So as Danfoss, we have done that, where we say our own operations will be carbon neutral by 2030, and other companies do that as well. And that's where the microgrids and the sector integration becomes very interesting, because it helps to decarbonize the own energy that is being used. So if I have, for example, I don't know, a lot of waste heat on my industrial site, I can use that waste heat again. I can perhaps upgrade it with a heat pump to the level needed, and then it helps me to reduce my energy use, and by doing so also to reduce my emissions. And the same goes if you have, for example, I don't know, a cooling installation on your industrial site where you need cooling, and then you recover the waste heat from that cooling. You bring it to the level needed with a heat pump, or you can perhaps use it directly, and that again saves you from generating that energy in the first place, and that saves emissions at the end of the day. So that's where the two really come together. I think we have a great opportunity there.
Super exciting. I think it's really interesting to see, you know, companies that before created jobs now are actually also can create heat and play a whole different role for their, you could say, small local communities. So thank you very much, Andrea, for the quick insights.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.